In this video, we are going to discuss the options available in this File tab. The File tab is mostly used for three purposes: opening a new workbook or an existing previously saved workbook, second, to save a workbook, or thirdly, to print any part of the workbook. We will discuss all of these and many other features available in this File button in this video. Let's start. When we click File, the first option we see is New. When you are working on Excel and you want to create a new empty workbook, you have to go to File and select this New option. This will display a screen where you can choose a blank workbook or a pre-designed template. Choose blank workbook to open a new empty workbook. The second option in File is Open. This is used to open previously saved files. On the left, you have to select the location from where you want to open the file. You can also click the Browse button to display the Open dialog box. By the way, clicking any option will open the Open dialog box. Now you have to locate your saved file and double click on it. Excel will open your workbook. So let's open the last Excel saved file, which was on desktop. The name was Excel Basic. Let's open it. The next options in the File tab are saving options. Saving is very important function because workbooks are vulnerable to events such as power failures and system crashes. In such an event, any unsaved work is lost and you may have to redo all your work again. So it is best practice to save your work often. To save a workbook needs a file location and a file name. So the first time we save our workbook, we have to provide the location and the file name to complete the save. The save can be initiated by doing any of the following. Either go to File and select the Save button, or select the Save As button, or you can go back and select this floppy disk icon button. There is also a keyboard shortcut for this. You can press Ctrl plus the S alphabet key to initiate the save. Yes, when you are saving the file for the first time, all four of these methods do the same thing. But once a file is saved, Save and Save As behave a bit differently. Once a file is saved, Save button saves the changes to the same file again and again every time. But if you click Save As, a new file will be saved, which means Excel will again prompt you to give location and name to save this workbook, and the workbook will be saved with the new name at the new location. So here I am saving the same file with the name Excel Basic Copy. The location is the same, which is desktop. You can see that the active workbook now has the name Excel Basic _copy. This is the file that we saved just now. If you will give same name and same location to the new file, it will overwrite the previous file with the new file. Next, we are going to cover password protection. Yes, you can apply a password on your workbooks so that nobody other than you can access your workbook. Whenever a user opens a password protected workbook, a password must be entered before the file is opened. To set password, follow these steps. Go to File. In the Info tab only, you have to click on the Protect Workbook button. In the drop down, there are many additional options. We will not bother with many of them. For now, just choose Encrypt with Password. Enter the password you want. Press OK. Re-enter the password. Press OK again and save the workbook now. Now whenever anyone reopens this workbook, they will be prompted for a password. Now lastly, we are going to cover the printing options. Many worksheets that you will develop with Excel will eventually end up as a hard copy reports. You will find that printing from Excel is quite easy and that you can generate attractive, well-formatted reports with minimum efforts. Let's see how we print in Excel. If you just want to print a copy of your worksheet with no fuss and bother, just click the File button. Then go to the Print tab and then hit the Print button. This is quick printing and Excel will print your worksheet with default settings. You can select different printers from the drop down here. But in my experience, the default printed page is not what we intend to print. So it is important that we can customize the content which will be printed on the page. To see what will be printed before printing, we use the print preview option. Excel shows the first page exactly as it will be printed on the right. To see other pages, use the page controls along the bottom of the preview pane. Print preview is certainly useful, but you may prefer the page layout view instead. Let's see what that is. In our workbook, there are three view options: Normal, Page Layout and Page Break View. Normal is the default view. Page Layout shows individual pages and Page Break View allows us to adjust the page breaks. Let's first change the view to Page Layout and discuss this view. You can see that the worksheets are divided into pages, and now you can visualize your printed output while you work on your worksheet. This is why some people prefer page layout in place of print preview, because print preview does not allow you to make changes to your worksheet, whereas here you can make changes as well. In the third view, which is page break view, you can adjust the page break borders also. But other than that, page layout is the better view in showing how your actual printed page will look. We will not be discussing the third view for now. That's all in this video. Let me summarize quickly what all we learned in this video. We primarily discussed all the options that we see in the File button. We first saw how to open a new Excel sheet. We saw how to open previously saved Excel sheet using the Open tab. We then saw how to save our work using the Save and Save As buttons. We then learned how to password protect our workbook using the Protect Workbook button. And lastly, we saw the printing options and how to preview the page before it is even printed. So that's all in this video. See you in the next one.